Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my garage, where we're here at the extended garage with nearly no money. We've got $730 left because I've just spent just over $4,000 on this junkyard car. This is the condition of it. It's of course a Chad. It's supposed to be purple, it's currently black. We'll see if we can change the colour back to purple. I don't know if that actually makes a difference to the price or not, but we'll see. We paid just over 4,000 for it. It's got a lot of rust, so it should earn us a decent profit. Actually, it looks like it might still be the colour it's meant to be, I don't know. It is very hard to tell. That is a lot of rust. I've also changed a few settings with the game and with my microphone, so hopefully the microphone is better than it has been and sounds less like I'm recording these in a public bathroom. And I've reduced the volume of the game ever so slightly as well, because with the likes of engines and things, it was just exceptionally loud. This car's very dirty. It has a ventilated trunk lid on it. Quite a nice colour on it actually. A deep purple colour. So I've not actually played this game in about a week now, because I bulk recorded all the videos up until yesterday, because I had 6,000 appointments to go to over the last week and a half, but that's calmed down a little bit for now, so this one is being recorded on the day it goes out. So if you're watching it on release day, drop me a little comment and let me know. Also let me know in the comments what you'd like to see with this game. This is episode 25. I originally planned for this series to run sort of into the 30 to 35 episodes range. We've obviously achieved the main purpose of a hard mode playthrough, which is of course getting the garage. And although we're poor, this building here is $100,000 all in on this building, not including all of the things, the tools and the likes that we've got. That's just for the building itself. So much rust on this car. But that is no bad thing. That's actually the reason I picked this car over all the other ones from the junkyard. Because the more rust, more profit. I haven't actually looked around this car, though. Don't know what's under the hood or anything. Could have a really good, perfectly functioning engine in it for all I know. I think I'm going to change the trunk because it's so holy. Alright, and this area at the front here. More awkward to get to. Ideally I'd take the front bumper off to get this, which I might very well do. As you can see, the license plate is covering up quite a bit. I'll grab a spanner and pull that, grab that bit there, I will forget that otherwise. Pull the front bumper off and the trunk, because the trunk will just go for scrap. See if we can find these bolts. There should be one right there, and another one somewhere around here. There it is. I got all that it was hiding. That's not ideal. It's almost a complete engine by the looks of it, but I would hazard a guess and say that it doesn't run. And that door is full of rust and dirt. And so is that one. Yeah, let's take the trunk off as well because it's a bit too ventilated. Dump that in the pile over there. I can't remember when I got a red spanner. I don't know if that's recent or not, but that's I thought I had a blue one, but okay. On the side here, and then massive amounts of rust hidden on the front bumper. And then this door that has some weird texture things going on with the inside of some of the doors. Oh, we'll run out of sand again. This car's taken 2 bags of sand. Just a little bit of rust there. Don't see any rust on the roof. But there. Check this front A-pillar. No, nothing there, nothing there. Nothing on the hood. That should be all of the rust off the car now. We'll double check. 4 stars for rust. I'm assuming that's going to be caused by, there's a little bit on the sill. Probably be caused by possibly rust under the doors. The trunk lid and maybe the bits that we can't see, like the sills, are quite hard to see, as you can tell. I think that's all for that one. Let's put this away now. Still haven't restocked the garage, so we've no coolant, we've got 1 bottle of oil, that's absolutely fine. So let's get a trunk for a Chad. It's very bright in here. It's a hood, middle panel, roof, trunk, right there. We'll get that attached. Car still suffers with chronic rust all around it. As you can see, I can see the drive shaft from here. At least the bodywork's getting fixed. Let's also paint the, not paint, the pressure wash inside of these doors. It's a pet peeve of mine. Let's get this trunk thrown in the trash. Take a note of the colour and we'll get to painting. As per usual, we won't be painting the, I don't know what one it is. It says it is, we'll go by the current colour. I'll assume that it's the current colour. If not, we'll be painting the whole car that colour. I'm not going to do the clear coat or anything like that because it is just a flip car. We're not going to be keeping this one. Start with one, see how we get on with that. This does look like it's got a purple tinge to it, so it should be the right colour. Yeah, it is. Car's missing a significant amount of parts. Of course, we don't really have the money to do much about that. Could maybe grab a couple of parts to put on it, but it's not really that worth it to do that, to be honest. It does increase the money you earn, but by small amounts. This is one of these blotchy colours. It would take about 3 cans of paint per panel to get it looking perfect. I think we'll need another 2 cans of paint, going by how far that one went. There we are, looking better. I wouldn't say it looks lovely, but it looks better. Just a little touch of rust there. Get all the inside of this door. Well, at least you won't need air conditioning in this car. I was going to say maybe the second tin of paint was unnecessary, but it is needed. Walking into everything. There's a little bit of dirt there. There's also a touch of rust there too. I somehow managed to do some of the bonnet with the sandblaster. I think that's it all. Let's check behind this door. Little touch on the top there. There, that should be all of that now. Put that up there out of the way. Get the front bumper reattached. We've still got $500. So we could get a couple of parts for the car if we really wanted to. Right, let's see the condition now. It's now worth a lot more money. Color condition is only 4 stars, so I wonder why that is. There we are, 5 stars. Sometimes you just have to close and reopen it. Let's put a couple of pieces on it. I think we'll go for like a rear bumper. Because that always kind of completes a car. The lack of wheels obviously doesn't help with the car looking complete, but the rear bumper absolutely will. If I can find the bolts. There we are. I don't know if that added money or took away there, but there we are. We're now up to just under, well, 12.5. We're just over 12.5. So I'm going to go and grab the rally car out, pull it into the garage, because if you remember from the last episode, I broke it. I'm going to go and pull it out into the garage and see if we can get it a bit of the right shape. I'll bring you guys back once that's in here. Okay, there it is, and it does drive. I should probably point that out. This car does in fact still drive. I did drive it in here, as you can see from these little marks on the road. It doesn't drive well, but I do keep the cars in there now because of the amount of criminals around here. So let's, I don't even know where to begin with this. I guess we'll just start pulling parts off until we have something. That and that should be the hood. It should explode off. There we are. We'll just pile parts up in the corner for now. Let's get this fender off. course comes with the wheel arch extension. Not very fender shaped anymore. I think this one's slightly damaged as well, but not too terribly bad. I don't even know. Everything is just destroyed. Let's take the grill off. This angle makes the car look a little bit like a mid-2000s Mustang. I mentioned that in the last episode. Let's now take what I think is the bolt for the radiator. There it is. That's obviously not the shape a radiator should be. And it shouldn't have a hole in it either. Let's put a cutting disc on here. Use up this little one first if I can put it in. There we are. Get the rest of that front end. This will take the whole front end off. Bumper, lights, the lot. If I can find that other part there. There we are. Add that into the unfortunate pile. Oh, we've done so much damage here. This side looks okay. Nothing on this side looks okay. Even broke the wheel hub somehow. So let's put an axle stand on this side and see what we can do here. Put this away for now. We will need it again because that inner fender is not supposed to be that short. Kind of hoping that would just cause it all to explode off, but apparently not. Let's take those bolts out as well. I need to take the spring out manually. I forgot the shock absorber, that's what it is. Spring looks okay, so I'll leave that there. Yet another dead wheel. I've killed so many wheels. I actually want to keep the brakes, I believe. Yeah, they're still good. Wheel spacer, will probably need that. That brake line looks absolutely fine, we'll keep it. Take the brake disc too, as it falls. Actually blew the hub apart by the looks of it. See if we can get in here and get this shock absorber off. It also looks decent, so we'll drop that there. That is wrecked. that is wrecked. Looks like the steering knuckle is fine, but it's probably not the right shape anymore given the hit it took. So we'll just get rid of it. And of course, that is very ruined. I don't know where the rust comes from when you're in a crash, but each to their own, I guess. Front left panel that is not the right shape. Now, while I'm here, let's grab the hammer, see if anything can be sort of hammered back into shape. Well, that's a good sign. The bumper might be dead though. Looks like we've got a bit of the floor that we can do. Not sure what that was there, but I did something. Okay, it's an improvement anyway. Didn't even realise it damaged the rear of the car as well. But that's okay. Let's at least get it back on its wheels. I don't want to spend too much money on it. Yeah, everything's just a bit out of shape. Very out of shape. That's okay. Let's grab some parts. Can find them. There's the front right panel. Where's the front left? There's another one of these parts I can't see for looking at it. There it is. Very important part. Everything else kind of attaches to that, so as for the engine actually looks fine. It looks absolutely fine. Let's grab the spanner and get that front subframe reconnected. Throw a shock absorber back in. Let's see, we need the front left carrier. I'll need to check if it's a 4 or 5 stud hubs. Need a tie rod, front left. And front left. See all these attached. Make the car look car shaped again. This was a very, very heavy hit we did on this car, which is a bit unfortunate. But it is what it is. It's something that happens when you're racing, I guess. Let's see. The 5 stud hub. So this one here. Let's see, put the brakes back on. Luckily, we didn't have to change the brakes because brake pads come in sets of 4. We can find the other bolt. There it is. almost looks like the right shape now. Of course we are missing a wheel, but that's not to worry about just now. It looks like we went for... if I can find the fender. Is it just a standard front end we went for? It looks like it. See, if you didn't know, these cars have two different front ends on them. You can go for front panel 1, which comes with its own fenders, or the standard ones, which it looks like I went for in this instance. Let's grab both of those. We'll put the front panel on first because it's a well-done job. Pop my head in here somewhere. It should be around here. Oh, I don't have an electrode, that's why I'm not seeing it. There it is. Should be all the welding. The car already looks very much car shaped once again. Okay, well, we need to wait until tomorrow to get a wheel, so what I'll do is I will crack on with this and get the rest of the front end put together, the headlights, the bumper, the wheel arches. I'll give the car a wash. I'll go and get the wheel from the store, do a bit of filler on the back of the car, and we might give the car a quick coat of paint as well, just to see how we get on with that. We might not, we might, but I'll bring you guys back when the car's ready to bring off of the actual stand and take for a bit of a rip, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, that took about 40 minutes actually, 45 minutes. I did paint the car. I'll first show you all of the scrap parts. I've basically got the car back up to perfect condition. Changed the rear lights, a lot of body filler. That's obviously all the parts, rear window and the lights. But are you guys ready to see the car? There it is. I went for pink and black this time. For no particular reason, just because I thought it looked cool, and I think it does. We'd broken almost all of the windows, but we now have all of the windows in. This was actually the only window. This one and the windscreen was the only window that we had in there. So let's... well, that was a bit unusual. We went for the same style front end. Different hood, I believe. I think I had the rally hood on before, now I've got the scooped hood. New front splitter. Basically it's just repaired. We did go for different bumpers. These ones look a little bit strange on the back, but other than that, it's back to being working. I've not actually moved it yet to find out if it works properly. It would appear it does. Actually going to go to one of the trails that I haven't been to yet in this series and see if there is an abandoned car for us to collect. I think it's up this way. Not sure if it is. I don't think it is actually. It turned off too early. car spawns right here or just over on either side of the road there. But there is a table in here, which if I'd taken my tools with me, I would have tried to get that. I will lift that collectible. Oh, there's a lamp there as well, I'll take that. In fact, I'm going to take the guitar as well. Can't pick up the suitcase though. These suitcases do open, there's never anything in them. This trail does go round in a big loop and it joins you back in just around the corner here. Just over here. So you see the trail in the trees just there. Brings you right back over here. There's sometimes some collectibles to get, but usually there's nothing too exciting out that way. Here, if we jump out, no car here. This patch right here is where a car will spawn. There's also sometimes some collectibles around it. Another suitcase with nothing in it. There is a TV though, I'll take that. There is an interior to this house, and I think you might be able to get into it somehow. Might be another house. As you can see, there is actually a full-blown interior upstairs to the lot. But nothing to be found here. There is another car spawn location just around the corner. If we don't find a car, it's not the end of the world. There's a chance for the cars to spawn every time you load the game in. There is a car here. That is a rat, I believe, is it? Yet another rat. We'll claim it anyway, because as you can see, it's free. And then we'll tow it to the garage. And in here, there's sometimes some collectibles, but I don't see any today. Of course, there's a shelf up on the hill here. That's, as far as I can tell, always there. No other collectibles about here. But that's okay. 5 collectible items now. You can't find things just scattered randomly about this beach. There's also this house right here. Probably wasn't even worth me driving. This house here is actually a playable area. As you can see, there's a hose that functions, and you can open the garage. This is a fully explorable house. It's completely empty, of course. But a huge house. Absolutely enormous house. Problem with it is, I think your items do still get stolen here. Like if you were to put like the TV and things, I think this counts as just generic wilderness. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Of course, out the back, you have 2 ramps. There's all sorts of things lying about behind these houses. Another collectible vase over here. Couple of suitcases. In my experience, I've never found anything in these. These are dotted about. I thought you could pick them up, but obviously not. Maybe it's the other kind, that kind over there, the chests that you can pick up. No, I don't seem to be able to pick that one up either. A woodshed here, absolutely nothing inside. These are all, for lack of better description, real houses, so that would imply that the developer has some sort of intention with them. Because when you go over to the town, the houses are like that woodshed. It's just a skin. Especially with this house being with a hose and things, it's potentially a playable area, which would be absolutely awesome. Let's go this way. See if we can find another car. It is possible to find more than one. Tends to spawn around this area, and I'm not seeing any. But we do have a whole host of collectibles now, and yet another BMW that looks more or less exactly the same as the other one, except this one has a rotten roof as well. I'm not sure what to do about that one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me do yet another BMW. And we've done, I think, 2 or 3 at this point, and of course we have one in the shed as well. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to push it into our vehicle storage, like so. And it can stay there until you guys make your decision up on that one. It was a free car, so I'm not too concerned about what we do with that. But if you have enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can of course subscribe. You can also join me on Discord. The link to Discord is in the video description. And I'll see you guys with the next video very soon. Thank you all very kindly for watching. Bye for now.